Spin it faster. Spin it faster. Shout out to Ziggy Marley. Shout out to the Marleys. Happy Moon Day, everybody. Well, happy closing Moon Day very soon in a couple of hours. How's everybody doing? How's the vibes with everybody, man? Abundant Lee, SM92X. Yolanda, I see you, baby. Always Angel Nichelle, Mindful Lonely, ASBW. Got the Patreon gang in the building. Stone Cold Sagittarian Soul in the building. Alright. Vanilla Gal. Be the best. I love that name. I love seeing that name in here. Be the best. Be the best you can be. Uyo Kiro. Vibes with Toy. Belle Papillon. Honey Lopez. 610 Aquarius in the building. Gang. Y'all check out the big homie 610 Aquarius. Alright. Y'all gotta go where y'all gotta go to get the vibes. Alright. Hey, listen guys. Hey, while I'm watching your other live, look at that. Look at that. Alright. I'm doing great today. I just finished some readings I had to finish today. Yeah guys, so I know I ain't really post nothing today, so I just wanted to come in, talk some current energies, and I wanted to just get into a brief lesson real quick, talking about finding purpose, quote unquote, finding your purpose, finding some meaning, all right, in the natal chart, and what we could simply look at, simple things, all right. Self-love, Chechi in the building. It ain't alive until Chechi get up in here, all right. The creator of God, Dame Doll Fit. All right, let's get right into it. You know, I know I be saying we ain't gonna be on for a minute, but this is gonna be brief. All right, guys. So look, we had a shift of moons today. Whenever we dealing with a day when we have a shift of moon energy, you can feel the shift throughout the day. Okay, so we came into the day with the moon in Scorpio. All right, so the whole weekend, you know, for the majority of the weekend, we're dealing with, you know, a lot of transformation. We were way more reflective. We dealing with that. We had a whole grand water trine this weekend. We had a whole grand water trine. Sun in Cancer, boom, cardinal water. Moon in Scorpio, boom, fixed water. Neptune in motherfucking Pisces, boom, motherfucking mutable water. I just said I'm gonna stop cursing some more, so y'all gotta monitor me on that. I can't do that shit alone. I just curse saying that. This potty mouth. Take a little sip of my smoothie and calm down. Alright, so look guys, us dealing with so much water energy this weekend, that put us, what does water deal with? Connecting the subconscious. Alright. My nephew was born this morning with the Scorpio. Everybody clap it up. We got a new spirit in the building, new spirit in the body, ready to Scorpio moon. Oh yeah. He just brought some more passion and intensity to the family. He just brought some new individuality to the family. So it's about to be a couple of things he do that y'all not doing now. As soon as he start getting turned into a teenager, I'm gonna be like, damn. I ain't gonna lie. That shit a little intense, but he original. He got his own individual way of dealing with his emotions. I might teach y'all a thing or two coming into we in some spiritual times right now. So any babies being born right now, just know they coming with some wisdom. He was born on a full moon week too. Oh man, y'all know we got the full moon this week. Y'all know we got that full buck moon in Aquarius. All right. And we're going to get into that. All right. We're going to get into that. Not tonight, but we're going to get it. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. Okay. I'm just updating my Patreon upload schedule. So for those of y'all that are interested, uploads every Tuesday, Thursday, and live streams every Sunday, whether it's a class or every Sunday we get into the transits for the week ahead. But it's going to be either a topic or a class behind that or a Q&A. But every Sunday live stream over there and Tuesday, Thursday uploads. But besides that, you know, we got that full moon coming up this week. So we know when we dealing with that full moon, all right now the moon is in Sagittarius. This full moon is in Aquarius. So we already know with that full moon energy, we feel it 2-3 signs before. So right now we already feeling our emotions kind of hitting that top of the cup, that top of the jar. We know full moons, we releasing. And it's easy to pick up a lot during Cancer season. It's already dealing with high emotion. It's already dealing with us getting more in tune with the emotions. It's already dealing with us dealing with some form of connection. So a lot of us is already feeling like, all right, I'm gonna have to clear some space sometime during this week. Like you ain't even gotta be into astrology or spirituality to be feeling that shit. Everybody feeling that shit. Y'all be having conversations with people at work. People just be at work like, man, I think I'm gonna take my early vacation time this week. Need to clear my mind. Or I need space from this person or this individual. Yeah, full moon talk. That's full moon talk right there. All right. So when we looking at the energies we just came out this weekend, we dealing with heavy water energy. Water deals with connection, the subconscious, our feelings, how we react. More so the moon, but because water's internal, it's how we deal with what's internal to push it out. Fire is the push out. Fire is the expression. Water, they understand. They hone in on their emotions some more, okay? They're dealing with connecting to their emotions more than any other sign. So it's not saying water signs are the most emotional. They just dealing with emotions the most. So you have, once again, you will have some Pisces, some Cancers, I don't know about Cancers. Cancers are one of the most emotional signs in the zodiac. Cancers and Leo fighting for number one. And you have some Pisces and Scorpios look at you like, this motherfucker is so emotionally unstable. You have a Pisces or Scorpio looking at you like that. All right, some of y'all got some Pisces Scorpio friends and y'all be like, I don't know about all that extra crying shit they be talking about. If anything, this Scorpio, I ain't never see the Scorpio shed a tear. I ain't never see this Scorpio be throwing their feelings and emotions around all the place. So the Scorpio is dealing with the emotions more. Them tears come out at dark. Them tears come out at nighttime. Them tears come out when they in the house by themselves, when they in their room by themselves. Cancers will throw that shit at you. Cancer's gonna throw that wave at you. They're gonna throw that shit at you. All right. Pisces is the most flexible water sign. So they're the most understanding. They're the most understanding of the emotions. Pisces go through all type of heartbreak and just be sitting at home hugging their pillow like, God, what does this mean? Why me? Why am I the individual that gotta go through all this? What am I supposed to be learning of the emotions? How do I expand on this? That's the Pisces psyche. And it's naturally the most understanding of all of our emotions. So some of y'all got Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising friends, and y'all can't leave them the fuck alone. Y'all crying on the phone to them about your issues with your relationship. They gotta be up at work. They gotta be up at 6, 7 in the morning for work. Stop dumping on your goddamn Pisces friend just because they natural counselors, just because they natural psychiatrists, therapists, just because they naturally understanding as fuck, just because they such a sponge when it comes to the emotions and subconscious, and because they rule by Jupiter and Neptune, so they gonna give you some uplifting ass knowledge and wisdom. You know your Pisces friend gonna tell you some shit. You know your Pisces friend gonna tell you some shit to make you feel good about your shit, make you see the optimistic side of your emotions. So that's another reason why y'all be dumping on them. All right, so it's levels to the water signs. It's levels to the water signs. But we was just dealing with all that heavy water energy this week. Now the moon was in Scorpio, so it was intense. We got into deep reflection. All right, we got into may have picked up some intense feelings and emotions that were buried under the motherfucking bed in the closet. They raised up a little bit this weekend, and we had to be more in tune with how we felt about things. We may have manifested situations this weekend with certain people, places, and things to make us gain more clarity on how we deal with our emotions. All right, how we deal with our passions and motives. What makes us uncomfortable and not uncomfortable, especially with the moon being close to being full. Even though the moon ain't at its full peak yet, it's close to being full. All right. So this is a bottle of water. This is some new moon shit right here. All right. This shit ain't halfway full. None of this is a little bit of water. So it ain't nowhere near full. Now, you feel me? This is a whole closed bottle of water. I ain't open this yet. Now, if I dump a little bit out, and the motherfucker was like right here, this is where we at right here. We close to being full. All right. So you still intense energy, even though it ain't peak yet. So we got to be careful how we deal with the emotions starting the week, where we projecting them at, how conscious we are acknowledging how we feel about certain things, especially the house that you had Scorpio in. This is the house that you were doing all that reflecting in. Okay, you're a Scorpio rising. This was a heavy personal reflection weekend. You got Scorpio in the 4th house. Family matters, domestic issues, and you probably jumped into super solitude and privacy this weekend. Scorpio in the 7th house, you probably was in intense reflection dealing with your damn relationships, with your partner, with your dating life. Scorpio in the 10th house, like me, you was putting things together, organizing shit for career, seeing how you gonna rearrange certain things, see how you can make certain things, build your brand some more, all right? Seeing how you can manifest more stability in your life. So this is what we was doing this weekend. But because it's a grand Earth trine, trines are harmonious angles. So when y'all look at y'all chart and y'all look at y'all trines, this is when you got 2 planets in the same element spaces, all right? 2 planets both in water signs, 2 planets both in fire signs, two planets both in air houses, 2 planets both in motherfucking earth houses, all right? So by default, these 2 planets are always going to connect with each other when it comes to that energy in your life, to be able to complement each other, help each other, because they're dealing with the same element. Okay, so trines are more so like gifts and opportunities that we brought into this lifetime. Okay, and these are things we can sleep on a lot of the time. So we may have been in a state this weekend where we were looking at all of our water houses. That moon in Scorpio was making us connect to our Pisces house and making us connect to our Cancer house, and we were trying to make all these things come full round to see how we could help our passions and motives, or bring more overall understanding to how we connect things, or how we just understand our own emotions overall, period. Okay, so if you if you had to cry a little bit, release a little bit this weekend, it's all good. It's good that you got that shit out this weekend, because we about to have a full moon. You don't want to subconsciously project the wrong way. Get that little release out. All right, that's all that is. When you cry, it's just as a release. That's all that is. Sometimes we need that shit. Sometimes y'all be trying to be like me. I'm a whole Capricorn moon. We be thinking we cry like 2 times every decade. We be suppressing all that shit. And then once something makes us cry, it's over. It's over. The whole house is full of tears. That shit too intense, because we suppress too much. Some of us suppress the emotions too much. And when it's time to release, or when we have full moon weeks, we just dump all that shit out. And we like, damn. That Scorpio moon transit, especially during the Scorpio moon transit, have you realized you have some emotions about shit you ain't even know. Like, damn, I ain't know I felt like that about her still. I ain't know I was this stressed about career until the end of the week. Damn. I was just going through the motion, going through routine, waking up in the morning stressed like I always am, going through fucking work, being around these lousy ass coworkers I can't stand, and then I just came home. But this Sunday, damn, the week I really reflected on this week. I can't stand this funky ass job. All right, so these are like all the type of energy we may have been dealing with, but because it was a grand Earth trine, it was in a positive energy. It was pushing us to gain more clarity of the emotions, helping us understand how to connect to our subconscious, our dreams, our aspirations, that Neptune in Pisces, all right? And what makes us emotionally stable, Sun in Cancer. Now, we woke up this morning still in that energy, but right now y'all feeling the shift of that optimism. Why? We got that moon in Sagittarius now, okay? Whenever we dealing with that Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius is right after Scorpio. You got the 9th house right after the 8th house. So the 8th house is all dark, transformative. You got to learn, once again, I always like to say, you have to learn how to feel your way out in the 8th house. There ain't no light here. You have to learn how to feel your way out. Okay, you have to learn. You ever seen a part of the Matrix? This is a great analogy. I'm surprised I never used this before for Scorpios in the 8th house. For all my Matrix lovers out there, I love the Matrix. I could watch the Matrix part 1, part 3. I could watch that shit all day. And y'all know the movies ain't short. I watch the Matrix all day, learn some shit every time I watch that. Matter of fact, I might watch Matrix this week on the full moon. But there was this one. There's a part in. I think it's Matrix Evolution. Yeah, Matrix Evolution, the last one. Or Revolution. I don't know the Evolution or Revolution, but the last Matrix. There's a portion of that movie where somebody whooped Neo ass or something. Somebody whooped Neo ass and he was blind. Somebody knocked the eyesight out that fool. He couldn't even see nothing. So I think he had like a bit, his eyes was fucked up. I can't remember what happened, but he got into something and his eyes was done. He couldn't see nothing. And then like for a portion of that, I think it might be all the way to the end of the movie. Actually, I don't even think he got his shit back together eyesight. Well, I think for the rest of the movie, his eyes is like that. You see, I gotta watch The Matrix again. But anyways, Trinity came, wrapped him up, took care of hubby, wrapped his eyes up, gave him some of that divine feminine healing energy. Like, yo, Neo, you gotta move with the subconscious now. That shit is so deep. Like, y'all can't be watching The Matrix is one of the deepest, most spiritual movies series of all time. And to this day, people still watching it on a third dimension level. People are still watching it literally. They're not understanding the meanings and the lessons behind it. Star Helmsland in the building. We got Soul Group in the building, man. Feel me? So that's that eighth house energy. Neo couldn't depend on his physical vision. That shit is dead. So everything that he did, everything he reacted to, all his fights were now based off how he could feel his way out of it, how strong he could rely on his emotions, his subconscious, his intuition, his clairvoyance. That's when that's why they had to save that shit for the last part. That whole portion alone lets you know how much more powerful your clairvoyance, your intuition, your subconscious is, more than this physical vessel, more than your physical eyesight, more than your five senses. You feel me? I believe if you lose a sense, your other senses are heightened. So this lets you know y'all praise this vessel too much. Y'all praise y'all flesh. We get too caught up in this motherfucker too much. How good are you with your intuition? How good are you able to have a conversation with somebody, and regardless of what they say to you, you're able to read behind that. You're able to know if it's genuine or not. How good are you able to deal with other people? Because I'm a Libra, so there's certain people out here. You could be an air sign. You got Venus conjunct the Sun, Venus conjunct Mercury. You got some people that could just talk to you sweet, and then it take you a couple of weeks, months later to be like, oh shit, this motherfucker was manipulating me the whole time. And we've experienced this in our relationships. We experienced this with business. I got a whole bunch of Scorpio energy in my 10th house. Mars, Pluto, and Mercury stellium in there. So I know I deal with a lot of people trying to use me in business. Been there, done that. And I still have to continue to experience that. I still have to make sure people not just using me for some shit, and then I just leave thinking we was collabing, building on some shit. I'm like, wait, hold on. What did I gain from this? Where was the equal exchange? But they knew how to talk to me. They knew how to psych my motherfucking subconscious up. So that's that Scorpio 8th house energy. How good can you move without your physical eyesight? So we go through all them transformations, right? And then when we get to Sagittarius, the 9th house, you have a whole new philosophy of how you dealing with your energies. You super enlightened. We don't call this house the house of enlightenment for nothing. This ain't the house of dealing with knowledge and wisdom and faith and belief and higher learning for nothing. You done already went through all that deep, intense, possibly turbulent transformation in that 8th house. You feel me? So by the time we in that 9th house dealing with that Sagittarius energy, we more optimistic, we more positive of our outlook on life. All right? So that's the shift we may have felt today with the moon transiting Scorpio to Sagittarius. Things get real intense to around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. We all like, all right. Okay, I released this weekend. All right, I got in contact with some demons or some heavy energies or, some emotions I didn't know I had, some inner thoughts and emotions I didn't know I had. But like, we got a whole week to make things shake. I need to change. I need to shift, what I just went through, make sure I have a more positive outlook on things. So I make sure I extract the lesson from what everything's going on. This is the energy we just started dealing with in the last 4 or 5 hours. All right? So you want to ride that wave of optimism with the moon in Sagittarius. And once again, it's full. So when we got a moon that's close to being full transit in Sagittarius, we have a huge crave to learn. We have a huge crave to express our knowledge and wisdom, experience new things. We're leaning more towards seeing the glass as half full. So let's ride that wave to start the week. All right, guys? Continue to ride that wave of optimism. No matter how much releasing you had to do this weekend, no matter how much you realize you have to transform this weekend or possibly have had a transformative weekend. Okay, but if anything transformed, it was for the better this weekend. It ain't no, like, even when we go through negative things in life, that shit was universe and God putting you through that to get you to a more positive circumstance and get you to learn something. It takes strong spirits to understand that. It takes a strong spirit to be locked up and to start realizing, damn, this is my lesson, but I could work my way out of it. It takes strong spirit to understand that. It takes a strong spirit to have a unplanned pregnancy baby and understand, like, no, this ain't negative. Yeah, it may seem like it's throwing me, but everything's for a reason. This baby about to bring me joy. This baby's this might be this is soul tribe coming in. I'm helping one of my soulmates. One of my soul tribes coming to life right now. It's our perspective about everything, family. Okay? So and yeah. From a Deanna, y'all check in with her too. Alright, she's blessing the collective with her tarot readings. I see her over there booked and busy. You keep working, girl. You keep working, girl. All right, you feel me? But she just said today alone was crazy as hell. That's how it be when we have days when the moon shifts. It's a shift of emotion. It's a shift of what we reacting to. You feel me? And if you're in one place for a majority of the day, you'll see the shift at your workplace. You'll see the shift around others. It's crazy how that should be happening in the days that we have the moon changing. Okay, so these are the energies we're dealing with. And then we also have another important transit that we have was Mercury squaring Chiron. And we know Chiron's retrograde. So I told y'all, whatever house y'all have Aries, we prepare for replay scenarios, prepare for new lessons to see how to assert your individuality. The house you have Aries in, it's already going through transformation. It's already teaching you how to cultivate individuality. Don't matter if it's the 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 14th, 15th house. It don't matter which house you got Aries in. You going through transformation in the house because you're being forced to be an individual there. You're being forced to set intentions there. Okay? You're naturally passionate in these houses. The houses that you have Mars influence signs, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn. You're naturally passionate there. Okay, so now that Chiron's going retrograde, there's times in the past couple of years that we didn't assert our individuality, that we compromised some of our passions, especially if you got a lot of Venus energy like me. You have to learn not to compromise so much. You have to learn how to be 10 toes on certain things that you know you want to accomplish or manifest or take charge on in this lifetime. You can't have some passionate ass goals and always, every time something happens with family or your relationship, like you find yourself compromising. You find yourself always taking the back door, like, or putting your back seat, putting your goals and passions in the back seat or whatnot. Do Aries be doing that to y'all? Do Scorpios be doing that? Do Capricorns be doing that shit? Hell no. Hell no. If anything, y'all deal with the opposite, dating them. You be dating the Aries like, damn. So this motherfucker don't know nothing about compromising, huh? Don't know nothing about sacrificing some of his shit for somebody else, huh? You deal with a Scorpio, you like, damn. So this motherfucker don't want no help with dealing with their emotions or connect. They gonna just take all that individual responsibility of how to deal with their emotions. Alright, okay, I bet. You deal with a Capricorn. You be like, oh, this motherfucker don't care about what their family think about anything that they build in a structure, what their partner think. They just focus on what they determined to build in reality. So we gotta take a book out of some of the Mars signs. We gotta take a page out of their book during this Chiron in Aries transit. Alright, it's been a lot of time. The fact that Chiron has been in Aries the past couple of years, that house you have Aries in, there's been many times that it's all of us. It's all of us. I don't care what astrologer, all the astrologers you're listening to, all the gurus y'all listen to. It's the whole fucking collective. It don't matter how much wisdom you have. You will just experience things on higher levels. That's all it is. But we all experiencing things. Is by default. We're in the universe. So everybody's been experiencing certain stumbles and falls and mistakes and errors when it comes to that Aries house. Learning how to assert yourself. Okay? So now as Chiron's going retrograde, it's going to be a lot of reflections, a lot of past scenarios, a lot of circumstances coming back for us to understand, like, damn, last year when this opportunity came up, I didn't jump on this, or I didn't assert my individuality, or I didn't set an intention strong and let everybody understand this is what it is and I'm not compromising for this. Okay? So that's why it's hard when we got Aries or Mars in certain houses, maybe air houses, or you got Mars in air houses and shit. Like, that's when it get a little tough because it's like, we have to learn how to work with other people there and be passionate. It get a little tough there. Alright? That's why if you got, let me see. I just had a placement in my head, but it just bounced. But yeah, when you got like Aries in certain air houses, where it get a little tough there, because you get in our air houses, we have to learn how to cooperate with other individuals. Okay, so that's what we dealing with right now. Oh, but the fact that Mercury is squaring Chiron, anything that's a square to Mercury is something Mercury has to learn to think about some more, develop more ideas about, critically analyze some more, possibly interact and communicate with some more. So, you know, today we all of our errors when it comes to our individuality, or how we might let people walk over us, or how we didn't let other people know what it is. We ain't say things with our chest to certain individuals. We was feeling that today. And it's not so much that circumstance may have played out for a lot of y'all at work, or with whoever, with your partners. You may have ran into a circumstance today that you had to learn to communicate how you feel to make sure your individuality was respected today. And we're going to continue to feel that throughout the week. So with Mercury square Chiron, that's what we have to learn to do. We have to learn to really process them times that we didn't do this. Okay? Now we're going to get into this full moon in Aquarius as we get towards the middle of the week. You feel me? But we already picking up on them. Just to hover around the energy real quick, we know Leo season is right around the corner. And we know we deal with full moons when it's a new sun season. All right? The full moon is always opposite. New moons conjunct. The new moons will always be together. Sun and the moon is going to be in the same sign. Full moons opposite. So we're jumping into Leo season. Leo season, we're dealing with creative expression. Very social, relatable time of the year. Very hyper energy during the year. Probably the most hype time of the year between motherfucking Aries season and Leo season. Probably the most intense, some of the intense times in the year when we're talking about fire energies. Okay? But it's that sun energy. So for the most part, we got the sun moving through the solar plexus chakra where it loves to be, is at home. The heart of the summer, the middle of the summer. Okay? And we know the dumbest shit happens in the middle of the summer. Some of the dumbest shit happens in the middle of summer because emotions is high as hell. We just went through the whole cancer transit. Everybody in their feelings. Some people kind of being hidden with their feelings. Some people jumping into their private space. Then when you get to Leo season, like, oh hell no, I ain't holding this in no more. I've been coming in contact with my emotions and all this shit. The whole cancer season. We in Leo season. I need to project some more now. I need to be more expressive now. I need to have more fun now. I be dealing with all these responsibilities and working on this and doing all this healing. I want to have some fun now. So we got to be real conscious and wise how we move during Leo season. But Leo season always shows us, this is why when we get into Leo season, because it's fire deal with awareness. Leos can be some of the wisest signs. The Leos that don't be too caught up, especially them Leos in that Jupiter decon, you feel me? Them 20 to 29 degree Leos, them Nipsey Hussle Leos, you feel me? Could be some of the most wisest Leos. Fire deals with awareness. So this is why during the summertime, this is one of the points of the year that you may cancel summer and start focusing on fall, because you like, damn, you too aware of how your appearance. You're too aware of how you're seen. So you may be looking at everybody else in shape, other people getting money. You like, damn, I had a whole fall season, spring season to get in shape, do this and get my business here and there. Everybody just shining, huh? I don't even want to take my shirt off on the beach. I don't want to be on the beach right now. I'm about to go back to my hotel and roll up another spliff and drink my sorrows away. It's some bullshit. That's the emphasis, Sun and Leo. Everybody want to be out about. Everybody want to show how they could hone the stage, how they could express themselves, how they could push them, how they could have the vessel gain some attention, some light, demonstrate their talents. Okay? And we're highly conscious of ourselves, period, of our self-identity. So you could be riding a high Leo season, like, damn, the middle of summer was lit. I was ready to go to the beach. I had fits for days. I had money to cop all the fits I needed. Like, some middle of the summer was lit. All right, let's get into Virgo season and just reflect on the summertime and see how to prepare for the rest of the fall. Or, there's really no extremes. Or you're going to be on the beach just with your shirt on, Crocs, just be like some bullshit. I don't want to be on this trip. I'm scared to even tell my best friends I don't got money for the rest of these next 3 days on this trip. I should have never forced it. You forced to see yourself, Leo season. You forced to look at the solar plexus and your self-identity. The sun is home. Right. So this is what we dealing with. This is the energy we about to get into. But when we talk about the full moon in Aquarius to set the tone, we know that that full moon energy makes us understand how to set the emotional tone for the season too, though. So that's what slaps us in the face. Reality slaps us in the face. Saturn slaps us in the face to start the summer. It's like, I know you about to jump Saturn. Saturn don't reflect light. Now, this is why y'all got them Aquariuses out there. You come to them with the most exciting plan. Like, yo, bro, you can't believe, listen to this. So look, boy, I got it. We're going to record the song. We're going to drop the joint like this. It's going to drop right in the middle of the summer. It's going to be lit. And then Aquarius just be like, so, okay. And then after that, what happens? You like, damn, this nigga don't be hyped for nothing. This nigga always got to shoot a nigga's goddamn Aquarius. Always got to shoot somebody's spirit down with some practicality. With some reality. I don't care about the marketing and how much money I'm making after the music. I just want to shine. I just want people to hear my music and bump my music. Aquarius like, okay, but so you just dropping music to drop music. You're not thinking about how to stream your music, make money from it. When you gonna drop the next single? You're not organized what platform you gonna use. You just lost in the light, huh? You just wanna post your music on Instagram all day. You don't want to be a business person though. You heard Jay-Z, I'm a businessman, not a businessman. Like, Leo, like, I don't want to hear all them Jay-Z lyrics, nigga. I don't want to hear all that shit. I just want to get my shit out. I just want to get my music out. I just want people to see my solar plexus. So that's the clash Leos and Aquariuses be having. Leos need to learn from Aquarius to add Saturn to their creativity. Add some more structure and tact to their creativity. Aquariuses need to learn, all right, how to shine some light on what's so original about them. Aquarius want to be so different at times. They actually, we had to work to see that sometimes. Y'all be a little too hidden. I don't be hearing the other astrologers say this, but like Aquarius and Scorpios, them niggas be throwing me off. They like twins. I don't know, and they square signs. That's the thing. They square signs. But Aquarius and Scorpios have so many similarities. You bring that hype shit to a Scorpio too, they give you that non-respondent shit too. And the moon is debilitated in Scorpio, so they don't respond well neither. If you got the moon in the 8th house or in the 10th house, or the moon in Scorpio and the moon in Capricorn, our responses be, I'll tell a chick when we texting like, yo, sorry, I'm a real busy guy. So if you text me some shit and I hit you back at nighttime, or the next day, like, that's what it is. Like, I see you got a lot of Leo energy in your chart, so I know you take shit like that personal. I see you got heavy Venus in your chart. You're a Cancer. I know you're gonna take that shit personal, so I'm just letting you know now, it ain't personal. Matter of fact, do you think you could deal with that? Do you think you could deal with 48-hour responses? A Cancer Leo be like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't do that shit. It was nice. Flirting with you was nice though, Boro. Flirting with you was nice. Ain't nobody about to keep no fucking thing. I'm a Leo. I'm the sun. You bugged out thinking you about to respond to me in 24 hours. Who's more important in your phone than me? I get it. You busy. Okay, I see you doing your thing. All right, you got your readings and whatnot, but it's 24 hours in a day. You can't find no time. Nah, that's that bullshit. Cancers, Leos, they ain't trying to hear that shit. So that's what Aquarius and Leos be learning from each other. So that's the smack we about to get in the face from the full moon in Aquarius. We so hyped with the sun going into Leo, but that full moon in Aquarius, especially that we want to emphasize the houses. The house you got Aquarius transit, the full moon transit in Aquarius, that energy, that house, Saturn That house is already Saturn influence. So you got to take your time in that house. You can't just no shortcuts in that house where Aquarius is at. You always building in that house. You feel me? So it's like that full moon gonna transit there, and it's like, damn, right before Leo season starts, reality smack you in your face. You see how much money you've been making this year? You got all these ideas to party, do that. You're like, damn, how? All right, okay, the sun got me hyping Leo right now, but damn, I don't think I got the funds to do all this shit this season. The Locks and Dipset performing at Madison Square Garden. I don't even think I could get a ticket. Why was I so hyped? I don't even think I could pay for that ticket at Madison Square Garden. Quote unquote, I'm in there, family. So if y'all in there, y'all might just get linked to Lucky Libra, because I'm in there. But anyways, yeah, Saturn, that full moon in Saturn is gonna have all our responsibilities smack us in the face right before Leo season. And we know full moons, we gotta detach, we release. So it's helping us understand how to clear some space so we could tap into creatively expressing ourselves, so we could tap into what we need to be conscious of when it comes to the solar plexus, to how we project our identity, or just working on our self-identity. And then they're opposites. So Saturn needs to learn how to align its responsibilities with our creative endeavors. Saturn is going to help us to see how to take things that we got to be more serious and practical about, and make sure how we about to have fun and creatively express ourselves and push out our expression some more doesn't block each other. We got to make these things work for each other. But the most important thing to understand is the house that you have Aquarius in. The house that you have Aquarius in, this is going to be some things in this house. It's a Saturn ruled moon, a Saturn ruled full moon. So it comes with a heavy emphasis of responsibility, guys. And y'all know I'm a Cap Moon Cap Rising. I'm quick to talk about some responsibilities or work on things. And guys, we got to work on things. We got to be disciplined, guys. Come on, guys. We can't be playing all the time, guys. That's probably how I sound all the time on social media, huh? Right? Yeah, I can't help it. All this goddamn Saturn energy. That's why some Leos be. I love my fire sign, but Leos be getting tired of me quick sometimes. Leos be getting tired of me sometimes. They be, all right, boy, all right, I got it. Okay, work on this. Yeah. I got it. This nigga always coming here talking some reality bullshit. And Leos could be unrealistic, but sometimes being unrealistic is a positive thing. The most creative and imaginative people be unrealistic. Some of the most dreamy individuals are unrealistic. Okay? How much? Kanye is a billionaire off of his creativity and imagination. In the past 20 years, how unrealistic has that nigga sounded at times? But he a billionaire off his imagination. Let that sink. Let that one sink, family. I don't think y'all heard me on that one. The sea moss smoothie I made today, bussin', y'all. Let that one sink. He is one of the most creative, dreamy, imaginative. He arrogant with his imagination. Shit, he the first person we think about that's telling us believe in our goddamn imagination. And how much times does he criticize for being unrealistic? But that's what comes being a Pisces moon. That's what comes with it. That's what naturally comes with that energy. You feel me? By default. You're gonna be highly creative. Your ass gonna be in illusions a lot of the time, though. It's gonna take some time for you to understand at times, depending on your alignments, how to actually work on a creative talent your ass been had. You could have been popping 5 years ago, but you was working on that talent. The way you was going about strategizing this shit was highly unrealistic. You ain't have no Saturn, Earth, air friends around you to talk some rationale on you. If anything, you have motherfuckers just continuously hating on your visions and your creativity, and that started building more insecurities on how you should deal with your creativity. So I feel for y'all Pisces. I feel for all my creatives out there, all my fire water signs. I feel for y'all. I know what y'all be going through. I know y'all be going through having lack of family support at times with your creative endeavors. I know. Y'all got to stay strong, though. Y'all got to continue to believe. Okay? But yeah, facts. So Kanye is a perfect example with that. So yeah, that full moon, and that's that little energy breakdown, real quick, little brief energy breakdown for that full moon Aquarius. But I just want to get into this quick lesson. I wanted to get out of here before 10 o'clock. Yeah, so I just want to get into a real brief lesson. When we're looking at the natal chart, we're talking about purpose. We're talking about our meaning. All right, why we here? What's our mission? Okay. There's a number of things we could look at in the natal chart. Yeah, I know I talk about the nodes a lot. Okay. But you know, a lot of us in astrology, we talking about the nodes a lot, because the nodes is dealing with what we brought here, what we're spiritually familiar with, and what we have to learn. You know, once again, the most scary, nervous moments in our life are North Node moments. But guys, there's simple things we can't overlook in the chart. All right. Now, you are a spirit, guys. You are a spirit in a body. You've been doing this. All right. You've been in a million different vessels. Ladies, you've been in male vessels before. Fellas, you've been in feminine vessels before. You've inhabited all different type of spaceships, all different type of bodies. Okay. Most of us, if the fact that you're in a human body now, you did the animal life already. You did that shit already. You did the insect life already. You did that shit already. You have to understand that. To even be in a human body, you had to go through them levels of life. All right? So you've been a motherfucking bacteria, plasma, blood cell. Aren't we taught that blood cells, white blood cells have life, that they are organisms? So if it has life, there's a spirit in there. Okay? Now the lifeline of a blood cell, white blood cell, is nowhere near our life, like, you feel me, our lifeline. Just like how we looking at certain stars, you feel me, duration is way longer than the human body. Okay? But this is letting you know these are the levels of life that we dealing with. Now, understanding that you're a spirit in a body, to even incarnate into this realm and experience this that you're experiencing, you need to inhibit a sun, a moon, a Mercury, a Mars, a Venus, etc. These are your tools. These are things that you're using here. You can't come here and not have none of those. Those is the things you have to use to even live. All right? So just like how I'm saying, you get in a body and we have arms and we have a head, we have a neck, we have a spinal cord, we have a nervous system. When we talking spiritually, that's all physical shit. We're not talking physical right now. When we talking spiritually, esoterically, that's your body. Your solar body, your Mars, you know, your sun. So when we looking at our planets, just looking at the houses your planets are in are telling you, this is not to be overlooked on how much they're telling you what you're here to be doing. Now, it gets deep when we talk about purpose and our mission here. So I like to break down squares and oppositions as part of things we have to learn here, part of our mission. All right? Our node energies. And then when we get into the planets, the houses you have planets in are letting you know this is the emphasis with this specific tool, and each tool is different. So I just want to give a brief rundown on what exactly we're doing with our tools. Now with the sun, the house you have the sun in, this is highly significant when we talk about your purpose. Okay? Because by default, this is showing this is an area of life you wasn't paying attention to, you wasn't that consciously aware of. You wasn't taking that much action in your previous lifetime. So you have that sun in this house to gain that awareness in this lifetime. You have that sun in this house to see more in this lifetime. You have the sun in the first house. Self-identity is a very huge lesson for you in this lifetime. And you need to know that. Okay? You got the sun in the seventh house. You are here to pay more attention to your relationships in this lifetime. And take more action expressing certain things. Interacting with the external realm. You got the sun in the fourth house. You're here to be more aware of how you deal with the emotions, on what affects your emotions, how you heal yourself. Okay? We talk about Chiron being a wounded healer, but when we talk about that fourth house, that's what we're learning to do there. We're learning how to create emotional stability. The cardinal houses deal with creating. So for everybody in here that got readings from me before, y'all know that's how we started your reading. We started with your personal life path with the cardinal houses. You got your rising sign, all the energies in your first house, your natural personal identity, your natural personal outlook on the world. But then you got that squaring the fourth house. Then you got that opposite the seventh house. Then you got that squaring the 10th house. These are all lessons for us. So it don't matter what your rising sign is. We all have to learn how to take our first house and adjust it in the fourth house. So the first house is a cardinal fire house. We need to learn how to use our personality to creatively express, to personally express ourselves. Excuse me. Also deal with creative expression. All fire houses, fire deal with creativity. But the first house is an emphasis on personal expression. We're not to compromise that house. That's your first house. That's your personality. That's your personal outlook. We're not supposed to be compromising everything in that house. We got relationship houses to do that shit. We got a fourth house where we need to understand and compromise in the home. First house, that's you, family. That's your shit right there. So be careful how much you're bending in this house for other people. Other people got their first house. They could do what the fuck they want to do with their personal life. All right? Now, when we go into the fourth house, when we get in the fourth house, we're learning how to, it's cardinal water. The natural Cancer house. So we're learning how to create emotional stability here. That's nobody's responsibility but yours. If you fucked up with your emotional well-being, you're going to be more fucked up leaning on other people, places, and things outside of yourself to get back healthy, to get back balanced with the emotions. That's our responsibility. We got to learn to do that in the fourth house. And how do we learn to do that? By dealing with privacy, solitude, learning from our family circumstances. Okay? And there's no excuse. There's people that came from all type of fucked up family environments, and now they teaching other people how to deal with their emotions. Now they're counselors. Now they're psychiatrists. You know? And that's not to say every counselor, psychiatrist is the most emotionally balanced person, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of wisdom to gain from these houses, period. So that's what we're learning in the fourth house. Okay? We learning how to analyze the relationship with our parents in this house. Okay? Seventh house. Now that's the opposite house to your first house. So whatever energies you got in the first house, if you are Sagittarius rising, your fourth house is your seventh house is naturally going to start in Gemini. If you're a Libra rising, your seventh house is naturally going to start in Aries. These houses are directly opposite, just like the fourth and the 10th house is directly opposite. So in the seventh house, just know you're going to be attracting that energy in your relationships. I'm starting to see it's very likely that you can have, let's say you got Scorpio in the seventh house, you're a Taurus rising. I'm starting to see, oh, I got my bro Retro in the building. Y'all tap into my bro. He giving all type of enlightenment on the astrological energies out there in the UK. He holding the UK down. I know, bro, I know you about a couple of years from now, you about to have the UK on smash. Like, you're going to be the one to go to. You is the one to go to out there. They just know that. Not everybody know that yet. So, boom. The seventh house, I'm starting to see is more likely that, like, say you a Taurus rising, you got Scorpio starting your seventh house. I'm starting to see motherfuckers really do be attracting Scorpio sun, moon risings. All right? It may not be the sun, but check that moon and that rising and check the home placement. Bet you they probably have Mars in that motherfucker. Bet you they probably have Mars in Scorpio or some 8th house placements. So y'all want to start looking out for that. I'm still like studying why we attract certain energies, and there's so many. This science is deep, family. We ain't never gonna know everything about this shit. You continuously learning, you know. So the seventh house, we gotta learn how to create, you know, relationships in this house. It don't matter what sign you got in that first house. You're going to manifest relationships and friendships and interactions in the external realm where your personality, you have to learn to deal with that opposite energy. And it's going to teach you that, all right, I know you have this personal outlook on life in the first house, but it's not all about how you see it personally. Now, you want to have conviction with your personal ideals, but you got to learn how to adjust that when you're connecting with the opposite energy. That's what our seventh house is teaching us. And this is why I always say it don't matter if you feel like you've never been in a twin flame karmic relationship. It don't matter what relationship you're in. You're always going to learn about yourself. You're always going to learn about yourself dealing with other people. By default, you have a seventh house. Okay? So we got to create harmony and balance with the external realm based off our personality. And then we got the 10th house, cardinal earth house. All right? And in that house, we got to learn to create stability. That ain't nobody else's responsibility but you. You complaining how this person get money. Why are you watching other people how they get money, watching their pockets? You got a 10th house. You better get busy. You better understand how to use your social status and reputation. You better understand what your reputation is, maybe to see how you could probably use that to build some stability. All right? You want to understand what you can start broadcasting to the world. You want to understand what type of work and time is invested to get the forms of stability that you need. This is a construction house. This is Capricorn house. Okay? So this is why off rip the cardinal signs could be aggressive, and they could be type selfish, because they're trying to create, initiate, and get theirs. Yes, the cardinal signs can be type selfish, aka Aries, Libras, Cancers, and Capricorn. Aries is selfish when it comes to their personal ideals and their personal passions. Libras be selfish when it comes to how they want other people to think about things. Libras be wanting to dominate the conversation. They want the topic of the conversation or the group or to be about what they want to talk about, or they want it to be surrounding, their solution to the idea. They think a lot of Libras be thinking their solution is the best fucking solution. Or when people do wrong, you have a Libra pop up be like, that shit was so like that. I don't know how that person even got themselves in a predicament. Whole time the Libra done experienced that shit mad times. It's like, who you think you is? The judge. Who you think you is? Libras be judgmental. You got some Cancers that's selfish as hell when it comes to their emotions. They feel a way in the relationship. Is like, nah, until we acknowledge how you feel about something, then we can't even go to the next stage of what we talk about. We can't even move on from this part of the conversation until we acknowledge why you feel the way you do. Until we all make sure everybody understands that. And then you got Capricorn that's just selfish. They responsibilities over everything. Work come before family. Kids be asking, Mom, when Daddy coming home? I saw Daddy like 2 times in the last month. Now, your Daddy work hard. Your Daddy love that overtime shit. That's them cap hours. What's them cap hours? 12 to 2? Wait, hold on. Is that the cap hours? Yeah, that's them cap hours. Them 12 to 2 hours. Your daddy love the overtime shift. Daddy sleep in the office. That's why he didn't come home last night. By the time it was time to leave, he too tired. He fell asleep in the office. He texted me last night, said he's not coming home. Why you think your daddy got a bed in the office? Why you think your daddy got a air mattress in the office? Why you think he love work? So Capricorns need to chill. That dollar be coming before your child. Y'all need to chill sometimes. So when we talk about back to finding your purpose through the chart. Oh man, I gotta pin that. I gotta take a screenshot too. I'm glad you found clarity on that, V. You already know to hit the email if you got any concerns, questions. But when we're looking at that with the sun off rip, guys, just look at that house your son is in. Learn about that house. This house has been unfulfilled. This house has lacked awareness in a lot of previous lifetimes. And you're here to be action oriented in this house. So we got purpose there. Some of y'all got the sun in some creative houses. You naturally being influenced your whole life by creativity. You naturally being influenced to project your creativity. Whatever house your son is in, we can see from the outside looking in that house because it's lighting that house up. And you're going to be influenced by people, places, and things to express that energy, to express that house. Now, you're going to do it naturally as well. But depending on certain alignments and whatnot and relationships your son has with other signs, a.k.a. sextiles, trines, squares, oppositions. Y'all go ahead, cut my aspects class if y'all don't know. You feel me? But depending on certain alignments, it might throw your son off. Your son might start paying attention to other things. Your son might not look at his creativity like that. I got the sun in the 9th house. I'm supposed to be expressing my knowledge and wisdom. That's what I'm paying attention to my whole life. Spirituality, philosophy, religion. You feel me? Seeing how I can experience new things. So now that's all them experiences are naturally developing the characteristics for me to express, for me to kind of teach, for me to enlighten others, for me to inspire others. All right? So y'all need to see the house that y'all have that sun in. That overall, that's part of your purpose right there. So once again, some of y'all got the sun in certain houses and y'all have all type of ideas to project certain things, express certain things, act on certain things, correlate certain things to your self-identity. And you have to be very aware of what is hitting your sun that throws that off at times. Because you naturally have them characteristics. Bel Papillon, you say you got the sun in the second house. The second house is the I have house. Deal with your value system. Deals with what you feel like you have. Can you sing? You feel like you can make money? You feel like you could teach? What value do you feel like you have? That's what the sun need to gain awareness in this lifetime. And this is one of the top creative houses in the zodiac. Okay? Because it's dealing with our value system. So we're looking at what tools we have in this house. And that's an earth house. So if you got the sun in the earth houses, best believe you're here to build some goddamn stability in this lifetime. This is why you may feel pressure at times to either break generational curses with wealth. This is why you may feel the responsibility to get rich, to get money in this lifetime, build financial freedom. Okay? Build some stability in this lifetime, to always construct your reality with the sun in them earth houses. And you're naturally going to have them characteristics of understanding how to organize structure. So you got to make sure you understand what things are throwing your sun off from that energy, all right? So I don't want to spend too much time on these planets. The moon, the house that the moon is in. You here to understand this house. You are here to connect to this house on an emotional level. Okay? You are here to nurture this house. This house needs your nurture in this lifetime. You damn near, I want to cater to you. And then you here to cater to that motherfucking house. All right? Shout out to Destiny Childs. And wait, talking about, speaking of cater to you, I hope, I don't got nobody in this goddamn chat that was trying to cancel that cater to you. I know they had that little movement going on a couple weeks ago. I ain't really fucking with y'all if y'all one of them in there wasn't trying to jack that. That's the problem. We dealing with too much role reversal. All right. The divine feminine. What the world gonna be if we can't come home and get a little bit of cater from our wives? What's the world gonna be? Do y'all think about shit like this? I'm a Capricorn moon. I work the night shift. I got the air mattress in my office. I don't be seeing my kids. I don't be seeing my kids. My family don't be seeing me, but they know where I'm at. What's all that working I'm doing? I can't come home and get a little cater. Wifey can't give me a little foot rub. This is what Chris Rock was talking about. He was like, how daddy coming home, how the father come home, the provider come home, can't get the big piece of chicken. Back in the day, your mom would go off on you if you touched a big piece of chicken. That's supposed to go to daddy. That's supposed to go to the... I'm supposed to come home during the night shift while all y'all sleep. Y'all know women be sleeping little. When the husband not home, women sleep like... Y'all be 50% sleep. As soon as y'all hear the door open, y'all be awake. I don't know what that is. That's just it's just a connection you make when you're in a relationship. It's like you never really all the way sleep. Like, yeah, women, that feminine energy just... A good 35 to 50% of y'all still be awake because y'all feel like y'all nigga just might text y'all, call y'all, walk in the house. I don't know what that shit about. I got to look deep into that shit, but it ain't no way I'm coming home while everybody's asleep. Open the microwave and I don't got who the fuck ate the big piece of chicken? I know it wasn't my son. Nigga, you in 6th grade. You ain't do nothing to deserve the big piece of chicken. You in 6th grade. I know it wasn't my daughter. All that goddamn complaining you do, all them goddamn Barbies and everything I got you, and you still not saying you taking a big piece of chicken. Y'all bugging out. So if y'all over here canceling the cater to, y'all might as well leave this live because I'm not jacking y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. That just got me a little mad. What's wrong with y'all? I'll be damn. I come home and get the goddamn. I'll be damn. I'll be damn, I come home, I'm paying these bills. My son got the new Jordans. He going to his funky ass is in private school. My daughter, she Sweet 16 just cost $10K. Goddamn Sweet 16. She got all the shit she want. I even let her start dating at 16 and shit. And I can't get the big piece of chicken. If my wife not going off on my kids because one of my children took the big piece of chicken, that's I'm sorry. That's divorce is on the way. Divorce is on the way. That's some bullshit. So ladies, we gotta jump into our roles, man. And I don't like, and sometimes the word roll sound funny. Just using that word today. What roll? What, I look like I got a roll? Ain't no restrictions on me. Like, oh my. All right, forget it. I'm not even gonna talk about this with you. You got your mind made up. I don't have debates and arguments with people that got their mind made up. If you feel like there's no such thing as roles and whatnot, feminine, masculine role, then good luck to you. That's all I gotta say. Good luck to you. You feel me? Make sure that I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to all the women out there in marriage, living with their partner. Don't be on that. Make sure your nigga. Now we all gotta be deserving too. So y'all know most of y'all seen what I was talking about in my story this week. I was talking about like, yo, we can't be getting relationships, getting comfortable. That shit not cool. You keep that. I know it ain't the easiest. I know we get comfortable just because we developed a partnership, and like that's super lousy. Not always. You're not trying to do nothing to turn your partner up. You ain't not do nothing spicy. All that shit in honeymoon phase is out the door. Like it's no effort. That's trash, y'all. That's trash. Like that shit is whack. Y'all can't be doing that. All right. But we ain't gonna get too much in relationship talk right now. So like, right. I just want to make it seem fair. I'm not just saying just because you got a nigga and the nigga just there. Because niggas just be thinking they just be, because they there, they deserve everything. So this is why I got to talk to them. I be talking to the men too. Like, what is you even doing to make your shorty feel like, goddamn, like, okay, what you want tonight, babe? Like, you got to keep your shorty in that energy. There got to be a level of respect there. You got to show your value. You got to be something to make the woman even want to like, because it's just going to be another nigga that's going to play that role if it ain't you. If you can't keep her on her toes, it's a matter of time till, because all she is a moon. You a sun. So when y'all met, she felt as a moon that she could look at you and reflect that. Now, if once that sunlight start going down, it's a matter of time till she go to work, go to her friend cookout, go to this event, go to this baby shower, and there's another sun there that just happens to be harmonious with her moonlight, and she's like, damn. I'm already reflecting this sunlight, but that shit ain't beaming how it used to be. And that's how a nigga take your joint. That's how a nigga take your shorty. And you sitting there talking about like, yo, what's up? We got all this time in, bro. You not that sun no more, bro. You not. You got a shorty. She started catering to you. Started doing all of this. You got too comfortable. You just want grapes feed into you all the time. Then you not giving no royalty. You not giving no kingly vibes off, bro. All that king shit stopped. All that. You not even getting paper like that no more. Like, come on, bro. So it's levels, y'all. But we could say relationship talk. I would start talking about relationships in my lives. This is why my lives start going 3 hours and shit. This is why I was talking about sex. Y'all see how long I could talk about sex? And sex really sell. Them shit's doing the most views, getting the most thumbs up on YouTube. I'm like, God damn, y'all horny. Spiritually horny. I couldn't wait to hear about some sex and astrology. Them shits is doing numbers. I got people emailing me like, Boro, oh my God, the way you broke that down. I'm like, you couldn't put a comment. You had to email me this. You had to email me how much you appreciate the breakdown. Because I was dealing with this one guy, and that thing you said, I thought it was just me. But you know, I am a Pisces. I do like imagination. I just wonder why I couldn't get in my bag with him. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know sex was that. I didn't know y'all was. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all's crazy. All right. So back to, I don't even know how we got there, but the moon, right? The moon. The house your moon in is always pulling on your emotions. When people take you out of this house, we go far measures to try to get back in this house with the moon. So it's important for you to understand. You're here to water this house, nurture this house, understand this house. Okay? And then whatever aspects of shit you got hitting your moon, that's shit that you got to learn how to react and connect to. And it will affect your emotions. You got squares and oppositions hitting your moon. This is shit that's constantly affecting your emotions. But that house that your moon is in needs that. It needs that nurture. You need to be able to be in that house and make sure you protecting the big piece of chicken in that house. You feel me? You need to make sure you set an environment for your son to do the thing, to do what it's got to do. Because if your emotions is off in that house, your son could barely function. And the sun and moon have a significant relationship. If your moon is off, if your moon is tripping, 9 out of 10 times your son is going to be tripping. So, aka if the father's coming home and he ain't getting a big piece of chicken because mom Dukes is tripping because the moon is tripping, she let her son just run off with the big piece of, she tripping. The son finna be tripping. Best of the son finna be tripping. What you thought this was? Everybody wake the fuck up. Lights up. Lights on. I don't give a fuck what time y'all gotta be at school in the morning. Shit, y'all be lucky if y'all make it to school in one piece. Who the fuck ate the big piece of chicken? If anything, the sun might not even come at Mars and Venus and Mercury. He's probably gonna go straight to the moon. Like, yo, what's up with you, baby? No, hold on, baby, wake up. Wipe that jewel off. Yeah. But what's up with you? Ain't no, you give me this little ass flimsy wing. What's this? This not a 65-hour work week. What's this? When the last time you paid a bill? Okay. Now I'm not asking you to pay no bill. That's not what I'm saying. I'm like, does this reciprocate any appreciation? And then my veggies got way more carrots than broccoli. You let them eat all the broccoli in the house. They the niggas that need nurture. I'm grown. We grown already. And you let them take all the motherfucking vegetables I like? Let them little niggas eat the carrots. Like, the appreciation, the sun gonna push out some crazy energy if the moon is already crazy. So y'all need to make sure you know the alignments your sun and moon are making. Y'all gotta make sure you gotta know if your sun and moon is opposite. You gotta know if your sun and moon is squaring in conjunct. You gotta know if they sextile and trining too to take advantage of that power. Alright? So they have a significant relationship. Some of y'all have suns and moons that's not making alignments like that. They right next to each other probably. Probably a Taurus sun, Gemini moon. You feel me? So we got a neutral relationship, but they still next door, so they still have an understanding of each other. But you feel me? I'm a whole Capricorn. Like, I got a sun square moon, so once again, a lot of times my emotions do not align with my action. My actions need to learn to align with my fucking emotions and my reactions. I don't react to all the things that I should be acting on, and I don't act on the things that I feel. So it's a constant battle with the sun square moon, sun opposite moon. That's why you could get a lot of intense energies out of these people. You could get a lot of bipolar, shifty energies with these individuals. Look at Cardi B, an Aries moon, Libra sun. So we know Libras to be harmonious, relatable, communicative, but look how intense she comes off at times. Look how impulsive sometimes she says things, and it's like, Cardi B, you know damn well you supposed to keep the fact you was drugging niggas to yourself. You know damn well you supposed to keep that shit to yourself. But your Libra sun is too hyperactive because it has an opposite moon. It has a passionate ass moon. And that sun and moon, they opposite, so they clash too much. So sometimes she's saying shit she should have never fucking said. You feel me? Now Cardi's a Libra sun. She a Libra. Who else got Kanye West? Kanye West has sun square moon. So Cardi B's sun opposite moon. Kanye West is sun square moon. So I tell you that Gemini Pisces square is one of the most creative squares, but it's very confusing. It deals with a lot of confusion, mental and emotional confusion. Okay? So they need creativity. You feel me? They need that. But look at Kanye. Kanye be like, you could tell, alright, put it like this. He's a Pisces moon, but he a Gemini sun. So Pisces is the most flexible water sign. Gemini is the most flexible air sign. So you could watch Kanye's interviews at times, and it's so funny to me because I know astrology. So it's so funny seeing him trying to use his Gemini sun to technically articulate things that ain't technical. He's trying to rationalize it. He's trying to find the words in the human dictionary to communicate his imagination, and he creates so much misunderstanding. And it's like, Kanye, you gotta stop trying to articulate that shit so hard sometimes. Like, you're not gonna find words in this reality, in this third dimension, to express that up there all the time, unless you're doing it through music. And he sound crazy to us sometimes. Now, if you're spiritually developed, you'll be able to pinpoint what he's trying to say. If you're not spiritually developed, you'll be like, what the fuck Kanye be talking about? It takes you to know that he's coming from his Pisces moon space. This is some deep shit. You feel me? So it's like, you could watch a Kanye interview all day and all that, be like, I know he was fucking up them niggas that was interviewing him, but I feel him. The Pisces moon energy, that water, you ain't gonna have no choice if you really spiritually develop to understand, like, I feel Kanye. Like, nah, Kanye, fuck all them comments, fuck all the people critiquing you, I feel you. Because you gonna know he got that distortion trying to get his son, his Gemini son, to push it out. It's hard. It's almost like having a Sagittarius Pisces, because it's the same thing. It ain't the same thing, but it's like, if you're a Pisces moon, Sagittarius sun, now they both ruled by Jupiter. You feel me? But it's like Sagittarius, it don't take time to process what the moon is trying to process. So it could come off egotistical with his knowledge and wisdom. It could come off like the super pastor, the super preacher. So it just be levels. But once again, you need to understand the relationship between your sun and moon. Now, Mercury. And I'm not saying the signs, y'all. Realize I'm not breaking down the signs. I'm breaking down the houses. The houses are the areas where you're dealing with this shit. All right? So you got Mercury in the house. Part of your purpose in this lifetime is making sure you think about that house. You critique that house. You accept the critique that you get in this house. The house that you have Mercury in, you're going to be critiqued in that house. There's no way around it. Especially if you got Mercury in them goddamn air signs. You probably get critiqued by your relationships a lot. Your friends, you can't start dating nobody without your friends being like, oh, why this person? You remember how your last relationship went? You can't even get away from that with Mercury in the 3rd, 7th, 11th house. More specifically in the 7th house. All right? Or Mercury in air signs. But right now we're emphasizing the houses. All your relationships, who you do business with, all that should get critiqued. Mercury in fire houses, how you creatively express yourself. You get critiqued so much that you might develop insecurities and start talking yourself out of the things you want to express with Mercury in the fire houses. Mercury in the water houses, you get critiqued with your emotions and things about the subconscious and your creativity a lot of the times and what you connect to, and you get your understanding about things critiqued a lot of the times. It's like, forget it. I'm not even expressing my emotions or what I feel like I understood. But I'm good. Every time I express my emotions is a problem. Every time I express somebody, this is how I understand something, I'm an illusion or something. Mercury in what's the last one? Earth house. And it probably been, you got Mercury in the Earth house or Earth sign since you was a kid. Probably like you doing projects at school by yourself. Your siblings coming, what the fuck you working on? That shit look like some bullshit. Your ass gonna get a C- on that shit. Like, you just getting anything you building, strategizing, organizing, the shit you want to do for career and whatnot, your jobs, that shit always getting critiqued. Mercury in earth signs, earth houses. You can't even pick what major you want in school. It's like, I'm the one that got the scholarship. I got the scholarship. How the hell you trying to tell me what I got to major in? No, I don't want to do nursing. I want to be an engineer. I ain't do all this. I get all these fucking A's and shit. Just what? Y'all trying to project my career on me? That should get deep. And I feel for the Mercury and Earth signs, Mercury and Earth house. Cause I got Chiron and Virgo, so that's my life. That's my life. Everything I tried to build on and work on and put in my schedule, that shit was under huge criticism. As soon as I got out of college and told everybody expected me to go chase a pro ball career. As soon as I told everybody, like, you know what, I'm kind of good on basketball. Like, I think I'd rather use my mind for something in career. It was oh my God. I did not know that much people was invested in my career up until that point. It's like, yo, y'all mad at me because I don't want to play a sport no more? Like, I had a good run. This was a good run. It paid for college, everything. Like, it was a good run. I want to do something else with this chapter of my life. They're like, no, you stay in that box. You got all this opportunity. You did all that for this. Like, you could, like, so that should be, I feel for y'all Mercury and Earth sign, Mercury and Earth houses. Oh, Stone Cold Sagittarius, so Mercury conjunct midheaven. Yup. Woo, that Mercury on the midheaven. Now, you're going to be a beast because you a genius in that house, though. So you be knowing how to transition out this job to the next job, or how to use this resource for your for your social status, and you be knowing how to develop certain ideas to build, how to brand shit. Like you Mercury in that 10th house get busy. Mercury in the house creates imbalances in life too, career and shit, and making money start creating imbalances with other parts of life. But your social status gonna get critiqued. Mercury on that midheaven, all day, every day. Your social status, your reputation, that shit gonna get critiqued for sure. Okay. But the house you got Mercury in, you can't be lackadaisical with this house mentally. You have to rationalize this house. You have to mentally structure this house. You have to learn how to eat that constructive criticism, especially if you got placements where you take shit personal. AKA Cancer, Leo, Aries, Scorpio, Moon in the first house. You gotta be Moon conjunct Mars. Mars in the first house, Leo risings, Cancer risings. Y'all gotta be careful. If you got Mercury in the Earth house, y'all gonna hate that shit. So that's what you got dealing with there with Mercury. You have to be able to critically analyze that house. Don't be rushing things mentally in the house, especially if you got Mercury retrograde. If you got Mercury retrograde, guys, in your natal, look what I just said about the purpose of Mercury karmically in your house. So if you got it retrograde, you really have to analyze this house. You really have to take your time mentally in this house. You really got to plan in this house. You got to plan ahead. You got to plan in the. You got to plan in the present. You got to plan for everything in this motherfucker. All right. If you feel like it needs mental attention in this house, Mercury retrograde, you give it that. All right. Mars. Let's go to Venus. Venus. The house y'all got Venus in, this is where your love is at. This is where your pleasures stem. You got to learn to appreciate this house. You have to learn to be your support system in this house. Venus brings support. So by default, the house that you have Venus in, by default, this is going to be a house that, you know, you already manifesting people, places, and things trying to get you to love and support this house. So you got to learn to be your own support system in this house. You're not always going to keep getting that. Well, I mean, not saying that you're not always going to keep getting that. Venus is in the house. It's going to bring that. But you need to be able to match that energy, or pay attention to when you get an influence to want to support and love that house some more. Venus in the 11th house. You gotta learn to appreciate your associations. Appreciate the people you meet in the external realm, right? Your friends. Appreciate the ability to network something. Appreciate the ability to take something that you individually into. I like to say the 11th house has a lot to do with establishing your individuality in the outside world. You have to love doing that. Whether it's teaching, your creative ability, you know, what you're building, a service you have, you gotta love being able to work that into reality. Okay? Love being able to connect that to community. Okay? Venus in the 4th house. You gotta be able to bring some love to the home. Venus in the 4th house, sometimes y'all are the love in the home. The home, if when y'all not around, Venus in the 4th house, your home be dry. Don't nobody know how to say I love you and give hugs in the house. Venus in the 4th house got to be the one to nurture that shit up sometimes. You feel me? And it's also showing you need to learn how to. Venus in the 4th house need to practice self-love. Y'all could get y'all love drank too much in the home, or different responsibilities and whatnot. Very important there. You know, Venus in the 4th house needs to learn how to recharge when it gives out all that love. Now, you're going to manifest support in some type of shape or form dealing with the emotions. Okay. My house is the shit. Okay, Cancer stellium, or your Aries rising most likely. So y'all Aries rises, that Cancer in that 4th house, a lot of y'all Aries rises, y'all, that I be saying a lot of that 4th house energy be It be so Aries rising, y'all so passionate about accomplishing certain things in their personal life that fourth house deal with so much emotional responsibility that just distracts some of that shit. And it's like, man, motherfuckers in the home don't be having no respect for your personal issues at time. No respect for your personal goals at time, your personal aspirations at times. And it's like, nah. I'm not going to keep compromising all this personal passion I got because y'all can't get shit together in the home. Y'all be having a lot of siblings too. So, yeah, boom. So, overall, guys, Venus in that house, you got to learn to love that house. You got to learn to appreciate that house. You got to learn to connect to that house. You got to learn not to overindulge in this house. You have to learn not to overindulge in this house. Because Venus already getting love in this house. Venus already experiencing love and pleasures in this house. So you got to make sure when you receive that, you're not just riding that shit off a cliff with Venus, wherever Venus is at. Because she gonna get her pleasures. She gonna get there. Best believe it. We all want to experience pleasure in life, but we need to be able to place moderate. And this is this is another thing. I meant to say this in the beginning, breaking this down. When we're looking at planets in the houses, the fact that we have these planets, we're here to experience this. Damn, this is one of the most important things. I was supposed to say this in the beginning. The fact that we have a sun, you are here to experience expressing your damn self and building up your self-identity. The fact that you have a moon, you are here to experience dealing with the emotions, understanding the subconscious, and dealing with emotional connections. You are here to experience that. The fact that you have a Mercury, you are here in this realm because remember, guys, this is just this solar system. In other solar systems, we're using different chakras, different planets, different tools. In this solar system, this is what we're working with, though. So the fact that you have a Mercury, you came into this lifetime to understand how to use rational thinking, how to use the intellect, how to use the ability to organize your thoughts and the ability to communicate that shit. Venus, we're here to experience love. We're here to experience what true appreciation and support and connection and harmony is. We're here to experience that shit. But everything has to be done wise. Okay? And we know our love, our relationships, some of the biggest lessons in this life, in this realm. Okay? So that's important to understand with Venus. The house you have Mars in. Guys, I need to be able to ask y'all, the house you have Mars in, I should be able to ask y'all what intentions and goals that you have in this house, and you should just be able to go off the top of your head. It should be no reason why I ask you what's your goals in this house, and you ain't got no ambitions, aspirations. There's nothing in this house you can tell me you fired up about, you ready to accomplish and manifest with Mars in this house. We all are here to experiencing accomplishments, milestones, experiencing our passions, and Mars overall rules our intentions. We all supposed to be experiencing that. And we know my bad, yeah, my phone dying. We all know Mars is dealing with setting intentions. It's influencing you to set intentions in the house it is. Jillian Ray, you got Mars in the 12th house. I better ask you, what's that 12th house? I know there's some creative goals you got in that house. I know there's something that you're passionate about teaching, because that house deals with spiritual inclination. There's something you're passionate about growing in your spiritual growth. You might be real passionate to spiritually grow in this lifetime. Period. You might be passionate dealing with some form of creativity. You might be passionate about your dreams, have passionate ass daydreams. Just be daydreaming and getting all excited. People be like, what's good with you? Like, oh, nothing, my bad. Just motherfucking daydreaming about getting rich. Just daydreaming about me killing this motherfucking talent show. I'm about to body these motherfuckers at the end of the week. I can't wait till Friday. You got to be passionate about something in that dream, with your dreams, with your creativity, with spirituality. All right. You got Mars in the first house. You better have some personal intentions to do things in this lifetime. It better be, and Mars is home here. Mars is home here, so it better be things that you ready to get popping in this first house. It better be some things in this first house that I actually, and you better make sure you tell me like, yeah, boy, and I ain't compromising this neither. That's the thing. Where Mars is at, we ain't supposed to be compromising. Now, I might have to word that better, because in certain houses, once again, this is why certain house planets don't like to be in certain places. Now, that's when we start breaking that down. When we start getting into what's home, what's the debilitation, what's the fall, what's a motherfucking I was cutting turmeric and shit today. I hate turmeric be staining everything. God damn. Motherfucking turmeric be leaving your fingertips yellow as them. I'm gonna have to start using gloves cutting that shit. I was cutting some turmeric up, some ginger, throwing in my smoothie. This should have me motherfucking fingertips looking like candy corn and shit. Shit yellow, looking like highlighters and shit. Shit yellow as a bitch. Goddamn turmeric. So, wherever Mars is at, yeah, you need to be intentional in that house. But that's what I'm saying. That's why it started getting funny. You got Mars in certain air houses and this shit. It's like your goals start getting distracted by others and shit and whatnot. You got the sun. Where the sun debilitated at? The sun is debilitated in the 7th house and the 11th house. So it's like, you feel me? Like, the sun is your actions, your self-identity, but you got it in the air house. So Mars and the sun don't really like air houses, y'all. They don't really like that energy. Take it from a Libra. The sun is the sun falls in Libra. Once again, this is why when it's Libra season, that motherfucker ain't out here no more. That nigga go down at 6. Go down at 6:15. You like, damn. Right now, y'all better enjoy the sun staying out to 7, 8:30 and shit. Y'all better enjoy that shit. We about to be in the fall. We was fall right around the corner. That shit about to be sun about to shut that shit down. About to shut that shit down. But take it from me, Mr. Libra, and shout out to all the Aquariuses. We got sun debilitations. So you just being an Aquarius sun or being a Libra sun, your sun energy is weak. You need to know that. Your sun energy is weak. Libra's opposite Aries. Their sun energy is exalted. So they have the opposite. If anything, their problem is calming their sun down. This is why they naturally inspirational, motivational, because they show us how active their sun is. This is why Libras get around Aries and we just be feeling overwhelmed, or we be feeling like we ain't shit. Because we be like, damn, what I be doing with my life? I just be thinking about shit all the time. This nigga is active. This nigga just take action. He just express themselves. Now, he overdid it over there, or she overdid it over there, but shit, I'd rather overdo it than not do shit. Aquarius. What's Aquarius' opposite sign? Leo. The sun is home over there. So while motherfucking Libras and Aquarius we be in the head all the day, we do all our work up here. We thinking all damn. The sun don't want to deal with all that thinking shit. So Libras, Aquarius, learn to use your intellect to support your actions, not to stunt your actions. And that's so easy for us to do. It's so easy for us to do. Leos and Aries ain't got time for all that thinking shit. They suns is active. They suns is they out here getting to it, expressing, creating, being seen for something. Okay? Now Aries got a Mars influence, so they don't give a fuck about being seen as much as the Leo. Okay? But they give a fuck about taking action on what they want to take action though. They give a fuck about that. Shout out to all my Aries, Leos, Aquarius, and Libras. So that's what we got going on with what's in it? Where we at? Mars. You got to be intentional in the house that you have Mars. Got to be some passions in the house. Got to be some things that you got in the works in that house. All right. Even if you ain't acting already, you already know how you cultivating your intentions in that house already. All right. That's what we dealing with there. Now, Jupiter. Now we moving on closer to the generational planet, Jupiter. Now you already brought knowledge and wisdom in the house that you have Jupiter in. You already brought knowledge and wisdom there. So if I ask you about the house you have Jupiter in, you should be able to teach me something about that house. You've been experiencing that house so much. It should be some experiences and some wisdom gained from your experiences you can give me from that house. This is why it don't matter if you're talking to a Sagittarius or a Pisces that's a fool. You have an hour conversation with them, you're gonna learn something. Even if they just telling you about a certain experience, you gonna learn from their experience. They rule by Jupiter. They gonna have some knowledge and wisdom. Jupiter in the 10th house, you got some knowledge and wisdom about how to use your reputation or social status, how to cultivate your social status, how to build and structure something. Now this is back to us talking about debilitation and falls. Jupiter don't like this house. Jupiter is dealing with spirituality, spiritual expansion. So what is in the 10th house is like, I don't want to deal with all this construction shit, all this building stability shit and organization. So Jupiter make mistakes there. Jupiter makes a lot of mistakes in the 10th house, learning how to build structure and organization. But over time, it ends up, shit, they're going to end up selling courses and public speaking about how they got rich through so many trials and experiencing this thing, experiencing that thing, working on this thing. Jupiter brings a bunch of experiences and adventures wherever it's at. So you're going through all type of lessons learning how to build up that 10th house. You feel me? But you got Jupiter and Neptune there, so that's a lot of spiritual influence in the 10th house. You give off a lot of the things you probably want to do career-wise is revolving around spirituality. I think, shout out to, I'm bumping some Ziggy right now, Ziggy Marley. I think Bob had Neptune and Uranus in that 10th house. Look at his social status. The energies you got in your 10th house is naturally gonna, you may not realize it, but it's already gonna be attached to your social status. So people that got Jupiter, Neptune-like energies in that 10th house, people already see you as a teacher. And you have to realize that. That may be part of your life path with your rising sign. It may be a lot of things people always coming to you for knowledge and wisdom about. You always attracting people, teaching people certain things, and you got to learn to work that shit. You feel me? Boom. So Jupiter, wherever Jupiter is at, it got to be things you want to experience in this house, things on your bucket list. You want to adventure in this house, and you better be able to teach me something about it. Teach me something in this house. If not, you falling off your Jupiter purpose a little bit. You're not understanding you here to spiritually expand. Jupiter deals with spiritual expansion. You're here to spiritually expand that house. Saturn. Now we dealing with the generational planets. These planets ain't nothing to play with. And if y'all really want to manifest, y'all work with these planets. Let me say that again. Yeah, we dealing with moon manifestation. I know a lot of y'all tapped into Cheryl's. A lot of huge themes Cheryl's be working with teaching y'all how to work with that goddamn moon to bring things into fruition. And yes, I love the moon is, if you're not following the moon throughout the week, then you just gonna be, you're gonna be just spiritually lost, like, all right? So dealing with manifesting, moon is big time. Now, when we talk about them generational planets, guys, this is where we really manifest that. Because why? This realm that we're in takes time. This realm deals with time. You can't get around it. You can't really build things for real without time. So, when we look at the generational planets, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, they move with time. The sun is in a sign for 30 days. Mercury's in a sign for about a month and a half, a little bit, or between that. Venus in a sign for about two months, or a little bit under that. Mars in a sign for about 2.5 months to 3 months at times. You feel me? The sun, once a year, 30 days. The moon every 2.5 days. So when we get into Jupiter, I be saying Jupiter is a generational planet a little bit, but not like them other motherfuckers. So Jupiter's in the sign for a year. But when you get into Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, they in signs for like close to a decade. They be in signs for years. So the houses that you have, these planets, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, if you're willing to sacrifice and invest time in these houses, there's nothing that you can't manifest in this realm. It takes some discipline, it takes some sacrifice, it takes some grit, it takes some planning ahead. And that's what these planets are going to do by default. They all have different functions, but because you got to plan ahead, they're already going to do that by default. So Saturn rules time. Whatever house you got Saturn in, you got to learn how to have some discipline and restrict shit in that house. You naturally get restricted from certain things in that house to teach you how to deal with restrictions and boundaries. All right? Whatever house Saturn is in, you need to learn how to invest time. You need to learn how to do things over. There's no shortcuts here. You have to be building in this house. You have to know when to bulldoze things too. You have to know when to tear things down. All right? You got Saturn in the 11th house. Christ the mama. So Saturn's home there, so you naturally know when to cut a relationship off. You naturally know when you're chilling around certain individuals that don't support things you're trying to build. You know how to cut them off. You know how to distance yourself from people. You naturally know how to see a scenario that you're not familiar with and not connect to it. Like, this shit ain't got nothing for me here, I'm going back home. Saturn know how to do that in the 11th house. And you know how to use your relationship to build. You know how to exchange network. Naturally, Saturn in the 11th house. Okay? So wherever Saturn's at, y'all got to learn that. Wherever is Pluto is at, you have to have long-term intentions here. Pluto's the higher octave of Mars. You know Mars deal with your passions and intentions. So wherever Pluto's at, you have to be able to have long-term intentions here. You have to be able to deal with expiration dates and transform. And you have to embrace transformation. I'm giving y'all the keys to manifesting over time right now. Saturn, the house you have Saturn in, has to learn how to do things over time in this house. And you have to learn how to cut shit off and build here. The house you have Pluto in, you have to learn, okay, how to embrace transformation. And yes, how to embrace some pain in this house too. You have to be able to embrace some pain in this house. Pluto gonna hurt a lot of the time. Pluto gonna hurt, y'all. Okay? Why? Because when does transforming feel good all the time? Hell the fuck no. You being born is a form of transformation. I just realized, somebody just sent me an article. I was watching something. Y'all be DMing me shit all the time. I love it. Y'all sending me certain useful information, but I don't know who sent me an article. I think it was an article, a post, and it's explaining why babies are in such pain when they take their first breath and when they born in this realm. So that's a form of transformation, period. When you're born and when you die, that's all transformation. So just being born hurt in this motherfucker. Just being born hurt. We were just swimming in the womb, everything was all right, then shit just started shifting. We like, oh shit. We start feeling that pressure. Motherfuckers start gripping our head and shit like, fuck this nigga gripping my soft ass head so hard. Bitch ass doctor. Fuck wrong with my mama? I couldn't have a water birth. This nigga hands is hard as shit. This nigga is an Aries doctor. It's a Capricorn doctor, Aquarius doctor. This nigga just palmed the fuck out my head. Had a headache for the first 6 months when I was in motherfucking planet Earth. I hate being born on that motherfucker. Hope I get a cancer doctor or something next time. Just coming out having spiritual headaches. Niggas don't be giving fuck about no babies. Yo, that shit got me thinking about. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Once again, that's my favorite astrologer. I learned a lot from him, man. He made a joke about how babies, we be having resentment from our parents from little shit. He like, y'all be thinking the trauma between you and your parents because of some other shit. Shit be deep. Some of y'all didn't have an itch in y'all motherfucking diaper and y'all parents just keep looking at y'all like, what's wrong? Like, he keep crying, she keep crying. Like, my fucking ass itch. And they don't know that your ass itched your whole adolescence, and that's why you fucking hate your parents. Is that niggas said it'd be that deep psychologically. Them niggas couldn't realize it was your ass itching the whole time you was dealing with that shit. Yo, when I said that shit had me crying. And it had me crying because it's so true. It's like, damn. If you a baby and every time your ass was OD itching in that diaper, it was y'all ever wear a shirt? Y'all ever wear a shirt, tank top or something, and the tag just be like, damn, I gotta take this shit off. Hold on, let me go in the bathroom, cut this shit off. Come back in the party. Imagine dealing with that shit your first 2 years in life. Every time they trying to feed you, give you the pacifier, they not realizing, like, just take the diaper off and scratch my ass. Damn. Nigga, when that nigga said that shit, I was crying. I was like, nah, that shit sound true. That shit sounds so true. So look, yo, let's wrap it up though. Let's wrap it up, y'all. So yeah, Pluto, the house you got Pluto, you better have some long-term intentions in that house. And it's gonna hurt. So you gotta be able to embrace transformation. You can't have a long-term intention and not think you're not about to be transformed for something. You can't be 11 years old thinking you want to go to the NBA and not embrace transformation all the way up to draft day. You can't be 18 years old saying you want to be a rapper, 16 years old saying you want to be a rapper and not embrace transformation to get there. You can't work in this company and say one day I want to be the CEO and not embrace. These are long-term intentions. You telling me you think you're not about to be transformed on that journey? You think some of this might not hurt? Okay, yeah, you just don't know what life is. You just don't know where life is. You have no idea if you think you just about to go the smooth sailing on some shit that takes a minute. People building their business brands and shit think they not gonna be transformed about shit. I've been teaching astrology 2.5 years. A lot of this shit done already transformed me dealing with social media and certain motherfuckers on this shit. Learning who to do business with, not to do business with. Already. So anything you have long-term intentions for, family, you got to embrace that shit. You got to embrace the change. You got to embrace some turbulent moments. You got to embrace some pain. You got to understand when to evolve. Pluto wants to evolve. All right? So that's key here. And then Neptune. The house you got Neptune in, this is where you play with your creativity and your dreams and your imagination a whole lot. You daydream about this house a lot. You may not even realize it till now. You realize that you just be spacing out thinking about this house a lot of the time. Especially if you got Pluto home. Or if you got Pluto like in the 5th house. If you got Pluto in the 12th house, and if you got Pluto in the 12th house, your ass be just spaced the fuck out a lot of times. You got Pisces energy, don't you? You may not have a lick of water or Pisces in your chart, but your ass you be chilling with Pisces out there. You know how to connect with them niggas telepathically. If you got Pisces, you got Neptune in the 5th house, you just be daydreaming about you being on the stage and your potential, you creatively expressing something, or how it would be if you had this many followers or subscribers to teach these people or for your business brand, or you just be daydreaming about your success, daydreaming about your motherfucking how you could creatively express yourself. You got Neptune in the 1st house, you personally daydreaming, imaginative as hell, but personally daydreaming as hell. You got Neptune in the 2nd house, you be daydreaming about love. You be like, damn, that shit looks so nice. I wish my funky ass ex could have had her shit together. We could still been in unison right now. But anyways, I know there's so much potential out there. I know there's just so much more possibilities out there. Neptune don't got no limits. You feel me? So in this house, you gotta have some dreams for me in this house. If I'm asking you what house your Neptune is, and there better be some dreams you got in this house. It better be some creative endeavors you plan on embarking in this house. It better be a huge imagination you have about some shit in this house that you feel like you could work into reality. And the Neptune deals with connecting to the collective. Not only Charles Bohr reading our charts with that. Not only does Neptune deal with it's a real sensitive energy. So if you got Neptune in certain places, it could make you real open-hearted and sensitive, especially if you have it like in the 1st house, if you have it in the 12th house, if you have it in the 4th or the 7th house. Y'all Neptune's in the 4th, 7th house, and y'all be doing things for individuals out of pure kindness of your heart, and when that shit not reciprocated, y'all be need to go to mental hospitals and shit. Like, ever since they got their heart broke, they never been the same. I ain't see this motherfucker eat solid food since that relationship. Just be eating clam chowder soup and shit. Damn, just been eating soups for the past 3 years, just soups. I don't know what that shit got to do with their relationship, but maybe soups was their thing, and that's all they holding on to. So it'd be crazy shit with that Neptune up in certain houses. But overall, guys, Neptune can make us, wherever Neptune is at, there's going to be something about that house that we're going to want to bring into the collective. And we daydream about it, and it's in our imagination. So you got to be able to play with your creativity in this house. Play with your imagination in this house. You got Neptune in air houses. You here to connect your imagination with others. All right. So family, y'all already know what it is. Okay, I'm babysitting my niece right now, so we gotta go make sure. I gotta make sure there's some. She hungry right now. She probably like, this nigga be on live for too long. So I'm a family man this week for sure. All right, y'all. So I hope y'all good. I hope y'all great. Let's ride this optimism wave of the motherfucking moon in Sagittarius leading up to this full moon Aquarius. We're gonna dive more into that. Y'all make sure to tap into my Patreon. Uploads every Tuesday, Thursday, live streams every Sunday. Peace.